This is called Rehab Romances Always Fail. Hi, Dylan. If you're reading this, thank you. I so value your opinion. And just to throw it in there, I'm a tier 1 girly, except last month when my card got declined. No worries, Chica. It happens to all of us. Also, I so appreciate you being genuine and talking about your struggles with your appearance. Oh, okay. No problem. Thank you so much for talking to me about how gross you think you are, Dylan. That is so helpful. No, I get what you're saying. It's so relatable and nice to hear you talk about that because it's so real. This one's actually long. As you saw from the title of my email, I recently had a failed relationship with a man that I met in rehab. I met him when I was 22, but we didn't reconnect until I was 24. We started off as such great friends because we were so close, even though he's in New York. We started talking in April 2024, but didn't start dating until January 2025. The whole relationship was pretty chaotic. That's, I feel like, pretty like when you're an addict, it's always chaotic, but also great because we could talk about anything and everything. Unfortunately, his addiction ruined my plans for me to see him and then him to see me twice because he relapsed. I can admit I'm a pretty dramatic and emotional person with my own problems, but he really liked to mess with me. For months, I had a fake number where he posed as a fake guy asking for nudes just to see if I'd send. This was before we even started dating. I didn't find out the fake number was him until he blocked his real number. He used the fake one to tell me that our friend Jeff was going to relapse unless I talked to him. Unfortunately, I have daddy issues and he's 20 years older, and in January he actually did visit me, but I feel like I achieved something because I chased him all summer. Plus, I have very few friends and recently moved out of my parents. Okay, that is really bad that he was tricking you with a fake number trying to get nudes, and then you only found out because your friend Jeff was about to relapse and he needed to contact you. I mean, and by the way, that is, and you found out before you guys started dating. Why would you date this man? He was trying to get nudes from you without actually asking. That's like such addict behavior to be like lying and tricking. Wow. We broke up because when he came, that's really bad. Why are you guys putting up with stuff like this? We broke up because when he came down for my birthday weekend, he was using and then detoxed on my actual birthday. Everything went south. You don't have to, I know that you guys are both addicts and or maybe, I don't know, since you met in rehab, but you know, just because someone's an addict and going through addiction, all this stuff, and you have a really good connection, doesn't mean that you have to be in this like crazy toxic. Like already, the second you found out about the pictures, you should have cut this person off. Can I tell you something that friends don't do? Trick their friends into nudes. That's not like an actual thing. So you should maybe look into like what a friendship actually is, and also you should never be friends with a 20-year-old or a straight man who's 20 years older than you. Let's see. Everything went south. I knew the situation was going into it, and he was sick when I picked him up. So, of course, I got drunk and was messy the first night. The second night, he was even worse. I got drunk and basically tried to force him to tell me that he loved me. And he later threw a glass of water at me, so I cried.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. You guys are bad addicts. Okay, this is so bad. By the way, I love the sentence, I got drunk and tried to force him to tell him that he loved me. I think that is so funny. There's I remember I used to listen to Nikki Glazer's podcast, and she told the funniest story that she this is like years and years and years ago, where she told she used to get really drunk with her boyfriend, and then he would black out every single night, and he wouldn't tell her that he loved her. So she waited until the next morning when they like woke up, and she was like, do you remember what you said to me last night? And he was like, no. And she was like, you told me that you loved me. And he was like, I do. I just love that story. I did eventually bring that up that night, and he said he wasn't good with his emotions, which I knew. 2 weeks later, he's still struggling with getting off completely and has a lot going on at work and family. I say, let's take a break. He's happy. He says he needs 4 weeks to get himself together. What I didn't know is that he also took what I said as let's break up, because a few days later, he tells me he can't date. I understand. I'm sad. He made it seem like we had something. He mentioned moving in and going on vacations together. Addicts lie. Your boyfriend, this guy's a liar. You know. By the way, he lied about how he felt to me. He lied about who he was to try to get nudes from you. Wake up, bitch. I mean, this is crazy. He told me how he'd say how happy he'd when we met my parents. They were obviously not happy. I was dating a guy from rehab who was 20 years older. I even took the train and then the metro into New York City, which I was so nervous about to be able to do to take him to his surgery. When he joked to the nurse I was his fiance. He's back in rehab. He called me last week. When I didn't pick up, his brother texted me. Also, his brother literally called me sis. I know fiance insists was a joke, but I do just wanted to be long-term thing that felt like a confirmation that things were good. You need therapy. You should be in therapy or some type of group program, because this is, what do you want from this guy? He's 20 years older than you. He keeps relapsing. He tried to get nudes from you from a fake number before you started dating. He breaks up with you immediately, ruined your birthday. What part of him is good for you and that you like? You guys think you have this like solar system connection. You don't, okay? This is fake. And you like toxicity. Just throwing it out there. You went to New York City to bring him to your surgery. You want to feel important in this relationship. You're a little codependent. I really miss him. What do you miss? But I also get pissed off when he texts me, asks me how I'm doing. It sucks not having him to call every single day. Any words of wisdom? Block him. Thought, is he hot? He wasn't rich, but he was sweet and did buy me Botox and lips. Oh my God, honey. I never wanted him to think I was his money because he wasn't rich. Well, then you're not there for the money because he doesn't have it. But we could have really good conversation and be best friends and also have great sex. None of that's true. You're making that up in your mind. You're not best friends. Best friends don't fuck each other and ruin each other's birthdays. I'd send it back when he'd Apple Cash me. One funny thing I did was let him give me money for videos of me sucking on popsicles and bananas. Oh yeah, that's usually what people with their friends do with each other. Hey, that's what I always text my best friend Nissa. I go, will you send me videos of you fucking sucking on popsicles and bananas for money? That's crazy. I too struggle with eating issues. So I'd make him send me extra so I could buy sugar-free popsicles. Okay. I'm there with you, chica. The bananas were actually better because they don't melt, though. Way less messy. Unfortunately, one time I was texting him and my mom at the same time, and I sent the video to my mom. And that's a sign that you shouldn't be doing this at all, sweetheart. There's nothing wrong with sending people videos of you sucking on popsicles and bananas, but like, you know, an addict that ruined your birthday who is like using you and tricked you with a fake number to get sex, or that is crazy. I was able to unsend, but I got that little alert that said if another device didn't have an update iMessage that they'd still get it. I live an hour away from my parents, so at 10 o'clock I had to call and say I was so depressed I just needed to see them so I could get into my mom's Mac computer and check to see if it was there. Good thing I did, because if she looked on her work computer, she would have seen her daughter in a bra giving head to a half frozen banana. Okay. Yeah. And by the way, you doing that and driving an hour to see your mom and to break into her, that is such addict behavior. You are sick. You need to be going. I don't even barely go to meetings. You need to go to a meeting, sweetheart. P.S. I'd sent him so many of your TikToks and he thought you were so funny. So he's got good taste. Yeah, I'm fucking hilarious, but that has nothing to do with, don't tell me he thinks I'm funny to try to get me to be endearing towards whatever slob I'm about to look at. But check out the hideous necklace he gave me. I'm almost positive it was a re-gift from an old girlfriend because he cleaned it out of the closet. Yeah, okay. Come to DC. Oh, sweetheart. Oh, whoa.
What is it?
A picture of him. It's a real jump scare. By the way, this is her. Absolutely Gorgina. Gorgeous, yeah. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Gorgeous. You see her? Jump scare.
Oh my God. He looks like somebody drew a person.
Yeah, he does look like a fake person. Yeah. Honey, I'll be honest. This is a guy that I probably would hook up with as well. But like, yeah, there's sorry. Oh, he's cute. No, there was other pictures. Okay. You're way too pretty for him. You're way too pretty for him. That's just what it's going to have to be, sweetheart. Yeah, this is absolutely insane. That please read this back and think of if this is the kind of relationship that you want to have. You don't have a really crazy spiritual connection with this man. You are dating an addict and you're an addict, and this type of stuff feels very exciting. And it's like electricity and all this shit, but like it's not real. I mean, the fact that you're still like, what do you think I should do? I think if you think that this is normal, should be in an insane asylum. Am I wrong? I mean, like, what area would you ever do anything in this email?
No.
Do you think she should date this guy?
No.
Why not, Ariel?
He sounds terrible.
He sounds terrible. And and you put it in there. He's not rich, but he bought you Botox and lips. Botox and lips are not that expensive, sweetheart. Okay, and you're the type of pretty that could get a rich guy. So stop wasting your time. You're actually keeping yourself at a lower, like you are not going to be able to accomplish what you want to accomplish in this life because you are dilly-dallying with people who are going to make your life harder, worse, and not as fun. These are the type of people that come into your life to ruin it. Okay, this is somebody that if you really love him and you really want to be in a connection relationship with him, then do not date him for a year. You can't date him until he's like at least a year sober, because this relapsing stuff, I mean, like, if you really want to be with him, I'm not going to sit here and say like, no, don't be with him. I mean, you'll ruin your own life if you're going to continue doing it. I would say if you're meant to be together, make sure that he's been sober for a year and then see if it's there. My guess is if you wait a year, you'll find somebody else who's more appropriate, but you're also an addict. So maybe you enjoy this thrill of not drinking and drugs anymore, but like the drama that these types of relationships and people bring into you. You're still getting a dopamine release from the crazy toxicity of it all. So just remember, you're still like doing addict behavior as well. But like I said, you know, it's your life. You can choose to do whatever you want from it. This would send me into a spiral nightmare